Hello, Queen, and welcome to the Queen V Codes. My name is Elizabeth Hammond, and I am so excited that you are here to join me because it's an epic moment. I'm just saying. I have spent, let me think about it. Oh, that's right. Just my entire life downloading the Queen V Codes, and I'm super excited to bring them to you today in a quick 3-part mini camp. So set yourself up. Maybe you want to make a couch pillow fort. So pull those pillows off the sofa, set yourself up. And why camp instead of a course? Because when we go to camp, we have fun. And we learn new things, and we usually also have to get the F out of our comfort zone. I am a woman who has spent a good amount of time camping. You wouldn't believe it, but in my adult life, I've been an educator for over 25 years. And after a while, I knew that I needed a bit of a change. And so off I go into nature. And for a long time, I thought that all of the answers of finding my voice, the first one was going to be out there. Not true, Queen. It's right in here. So that is the best news. If you are looking out for number one first, you are in the right place. Que viva your voice. Long live your voice. All right, Queen, we've got 3 quick things to cover today. And I want this little mini camp to give you 3 things that you can use right away. Whether you are in a leadership position, whether you are an entrepreneur, a boss queen, maybe you're a dirtbag queen out lead climbing. However your leadership shows up, you need to be confident in using your voice. So here's number 1. Dun, dun, dun. It's got to do with literally walking your talk. And you do not need to tell any woman alive on the planet or anyone who identifies as she, her, that our bodies are ourselves, right? As soon as we walk into a room, if we carry ourselves in such a way that says, oh, I'm really sorry, I'm not really sure, guess what? They can smell that from miles away. And so the first thing for you in establishing your own voice is walking your talk, coming into your own body, whether you are sitting down and watching or you're standing up. You know I got my bare feet. You know I'm on my yoga mat because you never know. I might need to practice something in my body in order for it to stick here. So all of my clients, all of my students, whenever we get started with any kind of work in leadership, it comes home to your voice. Not my voice for you. You can hear it, but the whole point is for you to develop it. So we're going to take 30 seconds and we're going to do a crazy little thing right now. And we're going to move around because we can. What are our bodies mostly made out of, queens? That's right, water. Even though we were told to dress elegantly and don't show too much of that, and definitely not too much of that. And when we're ready to truly come home to ourselves, to own our voices, we need to do it inside our own bodies. I just thought of something that I love to do that helps me shift my perspective. You don't have to try this at home, but I think it's funny, so I'm going to show. Ding, 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 ding. All right. If you have met me this year, you know that one of my goals is to get that freestanding handstand. I don't need you to do a handstand, but if you lower your head lower than your heart, take some breaths, and come up super slowly, you will get the same benefits. And that is more oxygenated blood to your brain. When we are thinking clearly, when we are grounded in our bodies, que viva your voice, that is when you can speak your truth. So Number one, walk your talk. Number two, when you do get around to speaking that truth, speak for yourself. I will invite you to not speak for anyone else in your family. Do not speak for the members of your team. Don't put words into anybody else's mouth except for your own. So if we get stuck, I'm the kind of queen who's like, I don't need that, and she is doing this, and this type of politician does not well with me, because we are externalizing. And we're using a voice that is not totally authentic to criticize, to find what's wrong out there. The Queen Codes remind us que viva our voice. And the way that you can do that is with a really simple tool. I love this. Way back in the day, I started my career as an educator, as a bilingual third grade teacher. And flash forward about 2 million years to some of the corporate leadership work that I was asked to do on an international level in 2 languages this spring. And I came across exactly the same self-leadership model. Here it goes. In third grade, we called it an I message. Instead of, you always do this. You never pay attention to me. You never sign up for my course. You don't do the dishes. You left the light on. We're going to flip that, and we are going to make a statement about your behavior, if it's something that's bugging me, and the effect that it has on me. Okay? We can have a longer conversation about this, and that is exactly what I would love to do. I'm here to also invite you into my coaching containers. I've got some new saucy, spicy, sassy ones coming up. We're raising our voice. I feel blank. I feel super excited. I feel devastated. I feel embarrassed. I feel irritated. I feel angry. We name our emotion. When you leave the light on in the bathroom, pass over me in meetings and don't ask my opinion, say that you're going to finish the work by a certain date and don't, and I would like, then I propose a behavior change. You got that? I feel blank. Name your emotion. Could also be a good emotion, because there are good things happening out there and we want more of those. Maybe it's, we say in Spanish, a little espina, a spine that got stuck in you and you want to get rid of it. I feel humiliated when you make fun of me, even when you say it's a joke. And I would appreciate you're focusing your jokes on yourself instead of on me. An I message. Can I control what happens on the other end? No. Que viva my voice. I can speak my truth, and then I let it go, because I cannot control the receiver. And when we get into our vision for the future and how that can include the people around us, we're going to talk a little bit more about that piece. But for now, we are walking our talk and we are speaking for ourselves. I feel excited when you listen really closely to everything I'm saying and go out and give it a try for yourself. And I would suggest that you tune back in for all of the rest of the videos in the Queen V camp. See what I did there? All right. Those are 2 things from today's mini camp, Que Viva Your Voice. Here's the last one, Queen. This is borrowed wisdom. I'm going to leave you, well, I'm not going to leave you yet. I'm going to offer you a quote. It is from Ralph Waldo Emerson, who was an American 19th century author considered a transcendentalist. And the quote is as follows: "In every work of genius, we recognize our own rejected thoughts. They come back to us with a certain alienated majesty." Love that one. You don't have to have every original idea yourself. But the point is, when you lend your voice to borrowed or shared or collective wisdom, that is your magic. You can bring that to your business. You can bring that to your team and leadership. You can bring that to yourself. You can bring it to your family, to your partner. It's pretty magical when you download this Queen V code of your own voice. So the third piece is from Don Miguel Ruíz. I firmly believe in balancing our feminine and our masculine energies. So we've got Ralph Waldo, white guy over there, Don Miguel Ruiz. This is Toltec wisdom from Mexico. My own family is from Canada, from the US, and also from Mexico, where I live these days. Ancient Toltec wisdom. The 4 agreements, although now there's a 5th. Go find that piece of work if you haven't found it yet. The one I'm going to speak about today is being impeccable with your word. And that is the recognition that whether the word is inside here, whether it's inside here, or it comes spewing out of here, it's got energy attached to it. Okay? I found this out the other day. I was in my car and I let a pedestrian pass in front of me. Where I live, I wish that we always would brake for pedestrians, but the folks behind me were in a hurry. And there was somebody in the car behind me. I could not hear that person's words, but you know I got the energetic vibration from. And so listen to yourself. What kind of voice do you have inside your head? You're never going to get this. That's right. You look like a, right? Whatever narrative we have going on in there, just recognize that it's powerful. If I am not impeccable with my word and something slips out that I don't love, I just acknowledge it. And I often will send, I'm a yoga practitioner, a little Om Namah Shivaya. Okay? Acknowledging that you have just as much right to be a part of this universe as I do. And if I'm angry at you for something you did, that's my emotion. It's my voice coming out. And so I take responsibility for that. And when you get good at it, you can do really cool stuff with your voice, especially in terms of self-leadership, trying to build something new, getting the F out of your comfort zone, doing something scary. Use your voice. You would encourage your friend. If you have a daughter, I bet you encourage her all the time. So I am an adult still learning to surf. I am a fabulous advanced beginner, early intermediate, and I get really scared because I've gone out too many times in conditions that were not accessible for me, and the ocean let me know that and deposited me back on the beach. And so when I do go and my trauma or my fear response has already been activated, I do a little breath work. That one, a big full breath plus a tiny sip at the top, actually activates your vagus nerve, the longest one, that re-regulates the parasympathetic nervous system, whoosh, back into balance. And then I can come into this more rational mind, the emotional mind that says, you're scared, Lizzie, it's okay. And then I get out there and I whisper to myself, Piahi challenge, Mitzi. Well, actually, that's my dog's name. I talk to my dog and I talk to myself when I'm surfing, but I have in my mind the Piahi challenge is a wave on the North Shore of Maui. It is absolutely massive. It's nicknamed Jaws. You are never going to see me in that wave. But when you see me in small waves, feeling like, thinking like I'm actually about to be eaten alive by Jaws, I come back to my own voice inside my head. I talk myself down. I talk myself up. I do this before public speaking, before I'm about to meet a new client, when I am headed into a session with my own mentor that I know is going to stretch me, that is going to ask me to expand. When I do stuff that I don't know yet if I'm good at it or if I'm going to be good at it, my voice. My voice is my own. I look out for number one. I know this is a wilderness first responder, just basically an emergency medical responder far away from definitive care. If you show up and get yourself injured, guess what? You're not helping anybody else. So here, when we are taking full advantage of the Queen V codes, we're looking out for number one. Okay, Viva your voice. We are walking our talk. We are speaking for ourselves. And in doing so, we are being impeccable with our word. That's what I got for you today, Queen. Peace. And I hope to see you back at mini camp. There's 2 more exciting chapters to come. Thanks so much for tuning in. Follow me on my channels. I'm Elizabeth the Queen Whisperer, and I know that there is a queen inside of you would love to come out and play at Outdoor Recess. Let's make sure she gets that invitation. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being. You got this.